My name is Amini Sabadu. Our community has a community garden, which is named the Serenity Garden in Trenton, New Jersey. It's an interesting story that how the garden came to be. I live in the urban area in Trenton, New Jersey, and across the street from me there are two vacant properties. However, something possessed me to complain about a corner lot where a house once stood. So I'm complaining to the out-of-town landlord, complaining. He would come, fix it up a little bit, you know, do a little this, little that. But I was still, something still possessed me to complain about this property. So one day I'm home in my living room and I'm hearing all of this racket. I go out on my porch and the house is coming down. He's tearing the house down. I was like, oh, I didn't mean for him to do that. I just wanted him to fix up the property. So now we have this open lot with weeds and bottles and debris. So I start complaining again, complaining. One day, wrote him a letter, CC'd it to everybody. One day he calls me on the phone and he's like, look lady, do you want to buy this property? I said, if I had the money, I would. He said, well, what would you do with it? I said I would make it into a beautiful floral garden in memory of those who have died to violence in my community. He said, I'm gonna give it to you, and he did. So that's the beginning of the Serenity Garden. Now, what has transpired in that time is that we have a campaign, or I guess people who have come together, who have made donations, who have done wonderful things, and there is a meaning and a purpose to the Serenity Garden. It's not only for street violence, it's for domestic violence, child abuse, bullying, you know, these things that take place that cause us to feel a certain way and to be afraid and different things like that. And what I have found is that when we plant colors and aromas and work together, that a change takes place in the community, that we see that feeling of peace comes about. Just a small story. I had a lady who told me, she said, do you ever get in, you know, at home and you just can't stay there? She said, I was having that day and I needed to get out of my house, and I walked the distance to the Serenity Garden, and I sat there and I felt peace within me. And even though my son was killed in 2005, it still bothers me sometimes. So that was confirmation that we have the vegetable gardens and the feeding gardens, but the floral garden comes about to feed the spirit also, to develop a sense of community. And what we say is that if you have ever felt pain in your heart when someone was hurt by violence, that's domestic violence, child abuse, bullying, cyberbullying, street violence, any of that, if you have ever felt that in your heart, then the Serenity Garden belongs to you.